Hello, my name is Seth Mitchell. Are you prepared for a doomsday scenario? What about something smaller, such as a major disaster? According to doomsday prepping, are you ready for disaster? There are three different types of preppers. A, just enough. B, ready for almost anything. And C, see you when the dust settles. Your just enough preppers are the ones that prepare for maybe being without power for 2 or 3 days. You're ready for almost anything prepper keeps enough in stock to withstand maybe being held up for 2 weeks. And C, see you when the dust settles, are the serious preppers. These preppers have enough in stock to sustain their own life for years. I feel that everyone should be prepared for just about any scenario where being prepared would benefit you. A natural disaster such as a tornado or ice storm, a terrorist attack on our country, or a collapse on our local economy. There are a few basic items that everyone should always keep in stock, such as food and water. There are many types of natural disasters that can disrupt daily living. In the case of a tornado, power could be knocked out from a few hours to weeks. With no electricity, some of the main obstacles would be to keep food fresh enough not to spoil and cook the food so it's not raw. Another disaster would be an ice storm. In 1994, a great ice storm hit Mississippi. People could not go to work, were without electricity and water, and had some problems staying warm for nearly 2 weeks. Disasters such as this one also affected the local agricultural economy by damaging crops and causing the land to be unfertile for up to 5 years. Terrorist attacks have become a major threat to the United States. Some of the things terrorists do is kill people, disrupt our communications, economy, and our very way of living. According to the American Red Cross, terrorist attacks like the ones we experienced on September 11th have left many concerned about the possibility of future incidents of terrorism in the United States and their potential impact. Taking preparatory action can reassure you and your family that you can exert a measure of control even in the face of such situations. An economic collapse is a very real thing also, and this has happened throughout history multiple times. When an economic collapse happens, the value of our money is lowered. When the value of our money is lowered, prices of goods and services go up. With the value of money going down and the prices of goods go up, people will not be able to afford to buy groceries to feed their families, buy gas to go to work, or pay their bills to keep their electricity and water turned on. According to Adam Hadhazy, some basic things needed to survive any of these situations are food, water, shelter, and any miscellaneous items. The food you need to store needs to be something that has a long shelf life. This includes freeze-dried foods, military MREs, and homemade canned foods. All three types of foods have a shelf life from 5 years to 25 years. Water is another important resource needed to survive. In the case of a disaster, some things will need to be overlooked. Your clean water will have to be saved for consumption only. Any other activities such as washing clothes or taking a bath should become less important. Adequate shelter is also needed to stay warm and protect you and your family from the outside elements. Anything else you can think you or your family would need to be prepared for any disastrous situation, feel free to have ready. Any disaster can happen at any time. No one knows the future. It is better to be prepared for a tornado or a terrorist attack or an economic collapse than have one of the situations happen and you not be prepared for it. Make sure you have the necessary resources to ensure the survival of you and your family. This video is a video from a TV show called Doomsday Preppers, and they show a few examples of how they prepare for disastrous situations.
There's all kinds of dangers, earthquake, catastrophic collapse of total destruction.
people were prepared for different situations. As you've seen, some of them stocked up on ammo, guns, toilet paper, batteries, radios for communications, and also some of them have underground bunkers. These are just some of the ways people prepare for doomsday prepping. Now I want to leave you with this one final question. Are you prepared?